So we're going to create a really beautiful card tonight. It is embracing the Santa Ana winds, which inspired it. It is using one of my favorite stamp set called the Sheltering Tree. So hopefully you, like me, I'm going to close away the card that I did earlier. Did you know I do 2 lives every Monday? I do. So my first live is at 7 p.m. for our Getting Crafty family. And I know, yuck for you, but I do love fall. You're right, Linda. I love fall. And so actually in 13 days, I'll be heading off to Salt Lake City, Utah, where, hi, Sherilyn! Where I will be with all the other Stampin' Up! Demonstrators that are going, and I've been invited to the Leadership Center stage. I'm very excited, and I get to embrace fall. I'll be wearing my boots and my jackets and my scarves, and I don't think I need gloves. That'll be when I go, hi Tanya, that'll be when I go to Michigan in January. Then I get even more weather, because last year it was 14 degrees. And so we have 2 fun cards that I did tonight. One I get to do with you, and one I did earlier for our Getting Crafty family. I like stamp sets that have a lot of versatility. So for me, the Sheltering Tree, which is a great stamp set, let me show it to you. Right here, has all the seasons in one card. Shut the front door. That's a happy day. You get a lot more money for your bucks that way, or bucks for your, you get money. You get to save money that way and have fun and get to use it more often. And when you pair it with a stamp set like Teeny Tiny Wishes, which has got 26 little sayings that look like this big, super small. And I know it's backwards. When you're on Facebook Live, everything comes backwards. But when you use that, you can take a stamp set any season that you want, like this really great Halloween card. Just a pretty little sparkling tree. Reminds me of one of my favorite Halloween movies, which is The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. If I had a pumpkin or time to do punch art, I totally would have put a little pumpkin right next to it. It's a 2-tone moon, and it's got sparkle. It's super pretty. A little travel for me, I know, and I don't get to go with my kids. I love my kids, but I love going to travel. I get to see my sister when I go to Utah, and I get to go back into Indiana and Michigan and see friends and family there, which is really cool. This is the card we're doing tonight. Let me see if I can get it. It's kind of hard to get it from this angle, but we have extra sparkle, we have extra texture. You're going to see all of this in just a few moments. We're going to stamp on this beautiful Painted Autumn Designer Series paper, which is on sale right now until October 31st. It's buy 3, get 1 free. Buy 3, get 1 free. If you say it with me, buy 3, get 1 free. It rhymes. It's a happy day. So we're going to use this. This is a photopolymer stamp set, and when it's photopolymer, it is clear all the way through and it doesn't bounce. So what you want to make sure you have is a pierce pad, just like so. From Stampin' Up! They're very inexpensive, but they're a must-have in my opinion. And I like to put some paper on top because I have a tendency to color over it. This drives me nuts when I show you guys dirty paper, but I figure you can look over my dirty mess, right? You don't have a problem with that. If you're seeing this later, you'll see a full tutorial on my blog at gettingcraftystampin.com, where I upload this video to our YouTube channel. And you can see a lot of my videos there. Please do me a favor and like and share that with your friends and family to help support me. I always appreciate that. I am working really hard to earn Greece for my husband and my kids and I. So I have this year to earn Greece. It's so exciting. And if I do, I have to tell you, I used to coordinate exchange students, and my exchange students who are in Europe will actually will fly down to Greece and sprint at the house for me for a couple of days, and we'll get to be a family again for just a few days in Europe. How cool is that? I know. This is the card we're going to be doing tonight. Do you see the fun texture with the string? Let me see here. I was trying to put that there. This is inspired by the Santa Ana winds just blowing our wings away, our leaves away. And one of my neighbors is a butterfly farmer. She has butterfly plants, so we get a lot of extra really cool monarchs and beautiful tiger ones, yellow and black ones, right in our garden on a regular basis. So we're going to stamp, and I love this with the rake and the swing blowing in the wind with the little leaves flying across, right? So in order to create this card, I'm going to place it here. Oopsie. Okay, so let's create this. Crazy because I was little. Okay, hi Mary. Okay, so this is the Sheltering Tree stamp set. Definitely one of my favorite must-have seasonal stamp sets. I can do cherry blossom trees, green trees for the summer, fall trees, and then winter and Halloween trees. Look at this really fun Halloween card we did earlier. Add some sparkle, and it is so much fun. You live in Michigan, Sherilyn? I will be going to Lansing area. So does that help? I don't really know Michigan very well. I fly into Indiana because I have family that lives in Indiana. And I get to go a couple days early. I spend it with my cousins and my uncle and my aunt. And then one of my friends who lives in Indiana, she drives me to Lansing, Michigan. And it's a leadership training that I do there. Isn't that kind of neat? Okay. So this is that beautiful free paper right now. Buy 3, get 1 free. I love the acorns, but one of my favorite things to do to add color and texture is to stamp on patterned paper. So when you take your designer series paper, like this Painted Autumn designer series paper, which is on sale, buy 3, get 1 free. Say it with me. Buy 3, get 1 free. Buy 3, get 1 free. You can create some fun texture and light and variance in there. And this has got a nice aged look, so you can kind of play with how your card looks depending on where you want it. I don't really fiddle too much with that, I'm going to be honest. And then we're going to use the Cajun Craze cardstocks to frame that and lay it over the Peekaboo Peach. I scored the Peekaboo Peach at 5.5 and cut it at 4.25. So it's going to give me an elongated card. The difference, these are both the same kind of measurements, right? This is the card we're going to do right now. See how it's elongated, which gives the appearance that the card is actually longer than it is. And this here is a little bit more focal, and it opens up this way, which looks a little bit more square, which is funny. It's the same measurements. Isn't that amazing? Okay, so let's put this baby right there. And whenever you stamp with photopolymer, make sure you have your pierced pad ready to go. Cover it up if you can. A friend of mine, she wraps it and tapes it so that it doesn't fuss when she's stamping. Now we're going to place this here. I put the lighter at the top so it kind of mimics the sun just a smidge. And I'm going to use the Early Espresso ink. You live in northern lower Michigan, the pinky. Well, I homeschool, and I am actually learning geography because we have to be able to draw the United States. So eventually I'll memorize it. I have to be honest, I suck at geography otherwise. I was the kind of kid who missed out on the field trip in 3rd grade because I never could memorize where things were. Don't judge. It's just how I am. I'm okay with it if you are. So if that's near Lansing, are you near Lansing then, Sherilyn? If you are, that's pretty cool. Okay, so this stamp set, I'm using the block to do the awesome rake and swing on one stamp set just because I'm limited on space. I did the little falling leaves right there and the large falling leaves background of the tree just like this. Anytime you do this technique, guys, I'm on live. Sorry guys, I have kids. That's all I've got to say about that. I love my children, but I have kids. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with our foundation. That's going to be Garden Green. Hi, Rosemary. ¿Cómo estás? Guess what? I get to see you in 13 days. Rosemary is a friend of mine, and I get to see her in 13 days. And that means we get to give each other big hugs because we're friends. That's one of the things about stamping I love, is the friends that I make. So we're using the Garden Green, and we're using that. Hello, love. And I'm going to place it across the bottom of this tree. So a funny story for you is that my dad was older when I was born. I was his later in life marriage, and my grandfather was considerably older. He was married to my grandmother during the Depression era. So he had to work multiple jobs on a regular basis just to support their family. And what he would do is work in a rake factory. Shut the front door. He used to get paid, I think it was a nickel per rake. That was Depression era for you. Now, we're going to use the Cajun Craze, and we're going to stamp the rake. It's so delicate that I keep a napkin nearby in case I get ink on the outsides of your block. I hate that when you get a schmutz, right? Okay, so we're going to stamp it just like this. We're going to put the rake just like so. Now, where we are in California, I don't rake. I just let my wind blow it away. I really do. I'm kind of lazy like that. And then we're going to take our... Oh, you're 3 hours from Lansing. Well, I have to explain to you, in California, we often drive long periods of time. I live in Southern California, and so traveling for work or anything was quite often. I used to drive when my grandfather was alive. I drove a couple of hours every week to take my kids to go see him. I miss my grandpa. Isn't it amazing, that older generation that really can speak life into you? Now, anytime you're going to stamp at two-step stamping, which means you stamp something twice, you're going to start with a lighter color. You stamp off to make sure, and then we're going to go with the Peekaboo Peach. I really did think that the yellow would get lost on this kind of a card, so I'm going to place this over just like this with the Peekaboo Peach. Boop! Pretty color, don't you think? Okay, so... Oh, and then also, in California, you get traffic, unlike almost anywhere else. It's one of the top traffic zones, right? So we, here in LA area, I live in Ventura, which is a little bit further away, stamp at slightly different place, by the way, with the Cajun Craze. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I was up in Big Bear Lake this weekend, and I loved the trees. I cannot tell you how much I love them. So we're going to go with the small little flyaway leaves, and you have to do all your stamping at one time. So here I'm going to place a bundle of leaves, just like so. Twist your stamp so you get some more versatility for that. And look, it's right next to the rake my grandfather could have built during the Depression era. I actually sit on his stool that he had in his workshop. I have it in our house, and it's a wood stool, you know, the kind with the little legs that flopped out to make like little stairs, and I would sit in his stool. I'm loving my card too. Thanks, Sherilyn. So then what we have is, it looks just like this. Now you can add depth. You could just leave it like that if you wanted to, but I want to add that Cajun Craze. So now I can go into the darker color. Just like this. And we go like so. Just a little blow away. I can actually just kind of pull it up and fly it off and away. Isn't that pretty? Super easy. I love the designer series paper behind it and the swing that looks like it's in motion. Oh, I love that, don't you? Now this reminds me of some dear people in my life that I'm thankful for. So the stamp set, the Sheltering Tree, comes with some great sayings, and one of them is, thankful for you. So I stamped in the Cajun Craze, and I wanted it to kind of go underneath of the falling leaves, or flying away leaves. Super easy. Now I am going to point out, I love sparkle. It's a habit, it's a good habit to have when you're a crafter. I'm going to be honest. But, so I'm going to close my ink pads because I have a tendency to put my finger in them. I'm going to be honest. And I'm going to use our clear Wink of Stella. It's a liquid glitter brush, but it will possibly blend your colors. So you have to be okay with that. So you're going to come up here with a Wink of Stella, and you're just going to add a little sparkle to these leaves, because I always think they sparkle, don't they? Just kind of... Don't go too crazy. You don't want to smear it too much. And less is more. I'm going to go down with the branch. I can hear my kids. And I'm going to come down here just to pick that up. Hopefully you guys don't hear my kids too much. Right there. Look at that beautiful sparkle. Woo choo choo. I love it. Okay, so now close your Wink of Stella. I store it standing up with the word clear on top, so you know that your paintbrush is always on the top. Now, this is a fun technique. This is taking our threads. We have thread in copper and gold. I'm going to take the two strings, kind of put them together, just like so. Find my ends. They're so fine that you really want to find the fine tip of them. And then you use your fingers. So 1, 2, 3. And then I make sure that the two ends connect. Does that make sense? That way I capture my ends and I have a little bit more control over it. I'm going to bring that up so you can see that beautiful sparkling thread, right? Then we're going to take a glue dot and we're going to pick up the glue dot and put it in the center of my tree. I want that gossamery, flowing feel that you get when the wind blows out here and the leaves go dancing. So the reason I combined the two was I want to, and I'm going to pinch it right in the middle. So I'm going to take these loose ones over here with the pinched right here, put them there and do a little twist. Find your glue dot and place the pieces with the ends right in the middle. And then you can fluff. Look at that. Do you love that? Just a little extra. It looks so fun, doesn't it? Super easy to do. And your tree will get this appearance that things are moving, kind of like dancing in the wind. Shut the front door. Isn't that beautiful? Okay. So then I'm going to take and flip this over and use my fast fuse. I do a line and a check, a line and a check, line, check, line, check. And then we're going to place it over. Now I cut this at 3/4 by 5 and this here is cut at 4 inches Cajun Craze by 5 1/4. And you're going to layer it just like so. You're going to take your Peekaboo Peach, which is an in color. That means it's got a 2-year shelf life with Stampin' Up. And it's the most on-trend colors. Did you know that Stampin' Up! Actually refers to the new fashion lines for often a lot of their color reference? Isn't that awesome? For a girl that loves her fashion, that makes me happy. Now, see how it opens just like so? Then we're going to take the fast fuse again and go like this. Check, check, little dashes. It is a stronger adhesive than our snail, but it is worthwhile because your projects will stay together for a long period of time. Now, I'm going to flip my project over and I'm going to use the side of the bone folder, not pushing hard, just crisp the edge. And what I'm doing is taking any adhesive that might have gaps and making sure that they have a full connection. And then you end up with this beautiful gossamer flying strings. Look at that strings. Can you see that? Isn't that awesome? Little dancing card. Oh, anybody that you're thankful for would love to receive this card, wouldn't they? Okay, I'm going to turn it around. Hopefully this beautiful, colorful, sparkling card will inspire you to create a little bit in the seasons and celebrate what's going on around you. Right now, you'll see this on my blog. I have to update it with this tutorial, but you'll get to see this and you can order until, thanks Tanya, you can order this until October 31st, 2017, where it's 3 papers. Buy any 3 of these designer series papers and get one free. 3 papers, get one free. 3 of these pretty papers and you get one free. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Remember to check it out at my blog at gettingcraftystampin'.com. Please like and share this card with your family, this video with your family and friends. Every time you do, it helps me to gain popularity and grow, and I love it. Gracias, mi amiga. Thank you, Rosemary. And don't forget, one stamp set with a lot of options really makes it worthwhile. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you guys soon. Mwah! Happy stamping. Join me tomorrow. I want you to join us on March 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th with the crafting cruise. You are going to have a blast when you join us with ocean view rooms, 4 full crafting sessions, 2 bonus sessions you can add on, a Hummer limo, shut the front door. How fun is it to be treated like a princess? And all of this going to Ensenada, Mexico from Long Beach, California. You have to go to gettingcraftystampin.com and RSVP. The simple deposit, you secure your room rate. It's $375 for an ocean view room. That's a huge savings. And $275 with early bird pricing right now. Check that out. For the whole crafting retreat. Don't miss out. Amazing prizes, raffles, and more. I hope to see you. RSVP, gettingcraftystampin.com.